Hello everyone. So you know how I do it here. If I see a comment that has a question in it, I do reply to it and I post it back because most likely they're not the only ones with this question. So hi, Brix Vumix. My apologies if I somehow butchered your name, but I'm just answering your question. That resonates so much with what God has told me to do, but I have a but I do not have a pot to move to growing, and I'm just waiting for him to say, when's your new pot? Go grow. So this is from my other last video of being intentional in this next chapter. And for this part, which I wasn't able to go great detail into that one, but there's also seasons where you actually don't get a new pot to go into. Because just as I was showing my peace lily in my last video and how it outgrown its old pot and needed to be planted to a new one, remember what I said? I got that plant actually in January. I didn't repot it until March. So I actually got that plant literally in the dead of winter. And remember, I didn't repot it until springtime. The peace literally had the first grow in the pot that it was in. And you're wondering, hey, it's like, I don't have a pot to move in to start growing and everything else. Maybe because the pot you're currently in right now, you haven't grown into it. You haven't grown into that pot and grown out of that pot to be moved to a new one. And I know some people are going to wonder, okay, so I don't have a new pot, but what are you talking about? And this brings me back to, hey, let's go back to the Bible because it has instructions on everything. And I'm giving you 2 Kings chapter 4, 1 through is going to be 1 through 6. And this is when so now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elijah, saying, Thy servant my husband is dead, and thou knowest that thy servant feared the Lord. And the creditor is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be bondmen. And Elijah said unto her, What shall I do for thee? Tell me, what hast thou in the house? And she said, Thy handmaid have not anything in the house, save a pot of oil. Then he said, Go borrow these vessels abroad of all thy neighbors, even empty vessels. Borrow not a few. And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shalt pour out unto all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went from him and shut the door upon her and upon her sons who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, Bring me yet a vessel. And he said unto her, There is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. And she came and told the man of God. And he said, Go sell the oil, and pay thy debt, and live thou and thy children of the rest. And that is 2 Kings chapter 4, 1 through 7. So correction on that one. And what I'm taking from this is, we think that the current pot we're in doesn't have everything we need. We think, I need a new pot because this one's not working. Because just as the maidservant told Elijah when she went through him, remember in number 2, she said, Thy handmaid have not anything in the house. Oh, okay, you don't have anything in your house right now? Comma, save a pot of oil. So wait, no, so you do have something in your house. So what this is saying is that currently where you are at, are you utilizing everything that is right there in that pot? Are you using everything that is needed in that season you are currently in? Because here's the thing, just as when I was telling you about the peace lily and getting it in January and not repotting it till March, that's a season. That's winter going into spring. During that time, that peace lily had sucked up all the nutrients that of the pot that it was in, to the point where it finally was outgrowing it. But that's the key point. It used what it had currently on hand. Just as the handmaid here was trying to say, oh, well, yeah, okay, I have my house, but I have oil in my house. Oh, okay, that's a resource. So that's why Elijah looked at her saying, what should I do for you? Because you already have the resources you currently need to grow in this season. Then once you grow in that season, using all the resources that were given onto you, then you are ready to be repotted into a bigger pot. And that goes for anyone else here. And that's one of the things that you have to try to change your perspective on is even if you have to probably go to some trusted associates and ask them, saying like, hey, do you have like any ideas or anything else like that? Because that's what the woman did. She didn't, she thought, oh, okay, I have everything. I have my house, and then there's oil in my house, but that's all I have. But by going to Elijah, Elijah's like, you have oil, just go out to your neighbors, another one, go to another person to ask for some assistance, get bottles from your neighbors, fill up the oil, then go sell it. So where did she go? She went to Elijah to ask, like, hey, I have this problem. What do I do? Well, what Elijah asked her, what do you have in the house? I have oil. Okay, perfect. Go to your neighbor's house. So she went to her neighbor's house. Second person she went and talked to get bottles, to fill empty bottles, which she took to her house, filled with the oil, and then sold. And then after that, she was fine. So yes, don't think that currently you think the pot you're in is a bad place to be in. Everybody is, we have this microwave culture where, hey, this is what I keep on thinking, this is what I keep on saying every day, that I should have this, I should have that. But the thing about it is that, such as the peace lily, it takes a season. It takes time to build that. That went from a season of winter to a season of spring. And now when I showed you the end of the peace lily, it's the beginning of summer where it's at currently. So that's literally 2 full seasons that plant has gone through. So have you gone through the 2 full seasons? Have you gone through the time yet? Have you used all the resources that are currently in your pot right now to be able to accomplish what needs to be accomplished in this season? So everyone, please take this, meditate on it, and ask for reveal to the question. And if you have any more questions, like I said, you can post them in the comments. You can DM me your questions, and I will reply back to them as soon as I can. Stay blessed.